Mhm. Welcome everyone to our midweek exhale. This is only our second session of running these, so I'm super excited to be here with you and to be able to lead you in this session. My name is Sharyn, and I am a breathwork teacher, mentor, coach, and yeah, these sessions are here for you to experience the way that we teach breathwork, the types of breathwork techniques that we work with, so that you can decide A, whether you like us, and whether you would like to work with us, um, but also more importantly, so that you can gift yourself an hour in the middle of the week to have what we call a midweek exhale. So the opportunity just to let your shoulders sink. Maybe you want to do that just while we're here. Just let your shoulders sink and just quieten down for just an hour. Just an hour. And our hope and our intention from this um, is that your week will continue with that with a bit of smoothing, a little smoother than perhaps it has gone so far, and that the breath will just guide you into the weekend. So that's our intention. Now, if you've breathed with Marie and I at Breathing Space before, um, you perhaps have some expectation of a format, but we are doing something very different in these sessions. We wanted to give people the opportunity to experience different breath techniques in one session. Now, all of the breath techniques that we are going to do in this session, at least, are all breath techniques that you might learn if you were going to do our breath coach training. So these are all breath works that you could incorporate into your existing practice with your existing clients, as well as obviously incorporating them into your own life and being able to turn to the breath, be in relationship with the breath as you walk through life. Because for me, anyway, that was the bit of breath work that was transformational for me. It was knowing that at any time, in any circumstance, I had access to the breath. And sometimes I would do a technique. Most times, I have to say, I would tune into breath awareness and tune into how the breath was moving through my body. And we're going to do a bit of that today in a few minutes. So, what does the session look like? So, we're going to do 4 breaths this evening. And there's going to be a bit of a description from me. Those of you who are already facilitators will probably recognize the description. Those of you who are not, I hope it will be a comprehensive enough explanation of what it is that you need to do. But if you have any questions, pop them in the chat box and I will come back and answer the questions as part of my guidance. So do just use the chat box if you would like to. So there'll be a little introduction from me on the breath, the demonstration of the breath. And then we're going to go into about 6 minutes of the breath to music, accompanied by music. After which, there will be 2 minutes of silence to give you time to come back from the place that you went to with that breath, to give you time to reflect, and to give you time just to check in with how you're feeling. And also, I don't think we gift ourselves silence often enough. So I wanted to give us like some little punctuation throughout the breath just to settle down. And then we'll repeat. So then I'll give you a description for a new breath. We'll do 6 minutes of that breath and then we'll have silence. So any questions on that so far? Does that seem okay? Yeah? Got some thumbs up and some nods, so that's good. So in case, I think we're going to move straight in to the breath work then. I should just probably say I don't need to give you any contraindications as such for the breaths that we're going to be doing today. Now, what that means is that with most health conditions that you might be carrying, that you might be walking with at the moment, this the breath works that we're going to do today will simply be supportive. There's no reason why you shouldn't fully engage with the breath work. However, the reason why I'm so passionate about breath work and the reason why I still practice all of this time, there's many things I've learned and many things I no longer practice. Breath work is not like that. The reason why I am still practicing breath work is because it is a fully empowering practice. So as we go into the breathworks, if at any point you don't feel comfortable and you want to just drop the breath and just breathe with your natural rhythm, I absolutely encourage you to do so. And throughout I'm going to start with breath awareness. And if at any point during the further breaths you feel like actually this one's not for you, just return back to breath awareness. As I've said already, for me, it's the most powerful breath that you can do. So yes, don't feel like in any way that you are missing out because you don't feel like doing the breath that I am guiding you in. Three of the breaths are quite calming. There's one breath, the next to last breath, is a little bit more activating. And again, if you don't want to be activated, maybe if you don't even know what activated means, it's a little bit more dynamic and it might just kind of get your heart moving, your heart pumping a little bit more. You might kind of feel some sensations in your body. And if you don't want that, you don't have to do it. Just return back to breath awareness. So I think I've spoken for long enough. Marie, just give me a thumbs up if you think that's okay, or if I've missed something. No, I haven't missed anything. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So I invite you to make yourselves comfortable. Now you can do this lying down, or you can do it seated, with or without your head supported. If you can support your head and neck, you probably will facilitate your relaxation a little more. But don't worry if you can't. It's absolutely fine to do this seated.